Way of Rutherford and Cannon County. Find out what that's all about. That's coming up a bit later on in our program today. So like I said, a busy day coming up. Check out that forecast is also straight ahead.
This is Pastor Nikki Ajapong, the lead pastor of Holy Hill Chapel in Murfreesboro.
Hear our sermons on WGNS every Sunday night at 7:30.
Everyday life, never take it for granted.
Visit holyhillchapeltn.org to hear our podcast.
It's a blessing.
We are, first of all, going to tell you about our good neighbor of the day today. Today's good neighbor is also a birthday boy. That's right. City Councilman Sean Wright. Today's good neighbor of the day. Someone wanted to recognize him on his birthday and thank him for his leadership on the Murfreesboro City Council. So getting that taken care of with one fell swoop as the good neighbor of the day. Sean Wright receiving flowers from Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts and News Radio WGNS and the designation. I know he's a councilman, but he's now good neighbor Councilman Sean Wright. You can wear that all day, Sean. Congratulations and thanks to Ryan Flowers Coffee and Gifts for their many years of support. So you can send in good neighbors by texting the word neighbor to 615-893-1450 or wgnsradio.com/good neighbor. Those are the two ways that you can get those into us very easily. Also, wgnsradio.com/good neighbor. I think I told you that. Got lots of things going on around and about. But anyway, we do this each weekday morning. That's 5 a week, 20 a month. So we do a lot of good neighbor nominations. Or we need a lot of them, for sure, from you. And if you could help, send in. You'll make someone's day. And you're being a good neighbor yourself. So very easy. That web form is going to take you 2 minutes tops to fill out. You can do it on your phone, tablet, desktop. However you can get to it. Save it in your favorites. That way it'll always be there, that web page. That's what you'll get when you text neighbor to 615-893-1450. You'll get a reply that has a link, and save that link. You'll be golden. Birthday Club. We also do that each and every weekday morning. Tomorrow we'll pick up the Saturday birthdays. On Monday we'll pull in the Sunday birthdays and get every day of the weekend. But we do it each weekday morning and give away banana pudding from Slick Pig Barbecue to one lucky winner. So we announce the entire list, wish everybody a happy birthday, and that's one very cool aspect of all of it. Get your name on the air. But along with that, a chance at banana pudding. And Keith Bay is today's winner. Don't forget to check out all the great, delightful dishes at Slick Pig Barbecue every Tuesday through Saturday out at 1920 East Main. And desserts, great. Banana pudding, superb. I mean, I'm great banana pudding. If you want homemade banana pudding, you need to try it out. And if you're not a banana pudding fan, I get it. Cakes, pies, they've got all that too. So save room for dessert when you head to Slick Pig.
Now, here's your Rutherford weather forecast.
Well, let's send you outside on Big G TV. 76 degrees. At the Murfreesboro Municipal Airport, up to 81. So I have a feeling we're probably close to that here. In Smyrna, 79. So let's go with between 79 and 81 degrees here in Rutherford County. Today, kind of a day of transition. We will have a chance at showers and storms. Not a huge chance, but a chance. But tomorrow and Saturday, we're now outlooked in a level 2 out of 5 risk for severe weather possibilities.
Well, Brian, it looks like we'll see a few spotty showers and thunderstorms possible late this afternoon. Otherwise, a blend of clouds and sunshine develops. We'll see a high in the upper 80s. Winds out of the south around 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, a slight chance for showers and storms early on. Partly cloudy skies develop, low near 69. By Friday, chance for showers and storms, cloudy, high of 88 degrees. Saturday, chance for showers and storms, a high of 85. Sunday, another chance for showers and thunderstorms, cloudy skies, high of 84. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Thank you, Jennifer. And let's take a look at our future radar, shall we? And then we'll see what's cooking on the local radar. Future radar here as we take it out into the future. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. Rolling along here with... hold a second. pull this over here. There we go. Future radar looking like maybe a few showers and storms western Middle Tennessee, but this is early tomorrow morning. Complex kind of diving through, maybe showers and storms here, 9, 10. Those aren't expected to be severe storms, but by 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, ooh, here they come rumbling in and knocking on the door of Nashville by 4 p.m., 5 p.m., right through the heart of Rutherford County. 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, even 8 o'clock. Looks like another line of storms could form. That's tomorrow. Risk of high winds and some hail. It's a very, 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 very low chance of a tornado. I mean, it's not 0, but it's not high. Okay? That's why we're outlooked for that level 2 out of 5 risk. And then we do it all over again on Saturday. Our Futurecast radar doesn't go out that far. So tomorrow afternoon and evening, that looks like our chance of some pretty good storms, thunder boomers out there. So we'll have to keep a close eye on it. And I believe that is what we've got for you on your local forecast. Let me see. I'm going to turn that off. Here we go. Give you a look at radar here. If you're on Big G TV, taking a look, nothing really showing out there right now, except over toward Clarksville, Murray, Paris. Those are showers and too severe at this point. Okay, so we'll keep you updated here on News Radio WGNS with Rutherford Weather, RutherfordWX.com. That's RutherfordWX.com. It's where you can get all the latest information from Rutherford Weather. We'll be live on YouTube, Facebook, X, Twitch during severe weather and impactful weather. And we'll get watches, mornings, all that kind of thing passed through there. And joined by our meteorologist, and we get you through the storm. So that's the plan. Looks like we may be active tomorrow and on Saturday as well for severe weather possibilities. Damaging winds, hail, heavy rain. Could have an inch or 2, maybe even 3 inches of rain with this forecast that we've got here. So be sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications on the Rutherford Weather channel, RutherfordWX.com. That's where you can find all the socials right there. Just pick your favorite, like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share. Rutherford Weather is here for you. And during warnings, we're on 1019, 100.5 WGNS and wgnsradio.com.
Good day, Rutherford County. This is Lee Colvin, financial advisor and CFP with Edward Jones. Let's get the latest business news from our financial desk.
U.S. stocks slightly lower at the open. A soft economic data highlighting the fallout from President Trump's trade war, with U.S. government bonds rallying modestly in response. European stocks also struggling a bit. The European Central Bank signals that it may be nearing the end of its easing cycle, driving a sell-off in European government bonds. Right now, the Dow is up 78 points, all green on the big board as a matter of fact. 42,505 for the Dow, 23 points up for the S&P at 59.94. NASDAQ is up 128 at 19,588.
From Wall Street to Church Street, that's the latest business news from the Edward Jones Financial Desk. I'm financial advisor and CFP Lee Colvin. Call 615-907-7056 or stop by our office on South Rutherford Boulevard in the Public Shopping Center.
Rutherford Issues on News Radio WGNS.
Rutherford Issues powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. MTE members round up their bills to support local nonprofits. You can learn more at shareandchange.org. World news straight ahead here now for you, and it's brought to you by Ascension St. Thomas Rutherford Hospital.
CBS Radio News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Steve Kathan. In a unanimous ruling, the U.S. Supreme Court has made it easier to bring lawsuits over reverse discrimination, siding with an Ohio woman who claimed she didn't get a job, then was demoted because she's straight. CBS's Jan Crawford.
The justices said, no, if you're a member of a majority group, if you're straight, if you're white, you don't have to jump through an extra hoop just to have your day in court.
And the court also tossed out a $10 billion lawsuit Mexico filed against gun makers, alleging the companies have fueled cartel gun violence. American laws largely shield gun makers from lawsuits. Legal analyst Jessica Levinson.
This is not a Second Amendment decision. Of course, it deals with gun manufacturers, but this is really a question of whether or not under this federal law, you could have liability for U.S. gun manufacturers.
The court also ruled a Catholic charity in Wisconsin doesn't have to pay unemployment taxes in the first of several religious rights cases. Now to the White House, CBS's Natalie Brand reports President Trump characterizes his phone call with China's President Xi today as positive.
The two leaders spoke by phone, saying that it was at President Trump's request, according to Beijing. We are still waiting for details. The readout of this call from the White House comes amid these escalating trade tensions, with both countries accusing the other of violating that preliminary trade agreement reached in May.
CBS's Ed O'Keefe has more on the new Trump travel ban.
It targets people from specific countries in the Western Hemisphere, like Haiti and Venezuela, as well as places in Africa like Libya and Somalia. The White House says the president's fulfilling his promise to protect Americans from dangerous foreign actors.
12 nations fall under the ban. 5 others will have to deal with additional restrictions. In the latest move against Harvard University, President Trump signed a proclamation barring most international students from entering the U.S. to study there. CBS News contributor Caroline Polisi expects a spirited court struggle.
All of these measures, including the revocation of federal funding, with Harvard not allowing foreign students to enter, certainly, this really is an existential threat to universities.
Cleanup going on today in Baltimore's Inner Harbor after yesterday's spill of 2,000 gallons of diesel fuel from a pipeline at Johns Hopkins Hospital. Maryland's Governor Wes Moore.
As of this morning, we have no evidence to suggest there is any impact on drinking water in the area.
And checking Wall Street's, right now the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up 62 points. The S&P 500 up 14. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Well, these polymers aren't as flexible as batch K3.
Researcher Laurie is stretched thin.
Did you get the vulcanization analytics from V66? Oh, wait, are these rubber scores from last week?
She needs to hire new lab technicians so she can bounce back into her old self.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our matching platform lets you spend less time searching and more time connecting with candidates. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
What may have started out as a high school prank in Southern California is being looked at as a serious crime.
A senior prank at Malibu High School has caused tens of thousands of dollars in damages. Officials say current and former students superglued locks to the doors of 20 classrooms, set a golf cart on fire, pushed it down the stairs, and left behind a general mess. Fellow students give them an F.
Throwing around food when people don't even have it is just like entitled and privileged.
District spokeswoman Esme Carriega says police are on the case and the culprits will be prosecuted.
For us, it goes beyond the money. It goes to the lack of respect.
Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
A sports bettor who heckled Olympic gold medal winning sprinter Gabby Thomas during a track and field event in Philadelphia has been banned now by the betting site FanDuel Sportsbook. I'm Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care, providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state. From AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten recovery. Making Ascension St. Thomas Heart your first choice for routine heart care and cardiac emergencies. Schedule a heart screening or find a cardiologist at ascension.org/St. Thomas Heart.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Monsi Bolaños.
It was all Pete Alonso and the Mets against the Dodgers.
Swing and a smash. Deep left field. Oh, this is way back. Gone! Through the pavilion and onto the concourse behind it and left. A Titanic home run. The second home run of the night, a bombosa from Pete Alonso. 447 feet away into the LA night.
You just heard all on the Mets radio network. The final score against the Dodgers was 6-1. The Tigers held on 5-4 against the White Sox, and the Guardians shut out the Yankees 4-0. The Orioles extended their winning streak to 5 after topping the Marlins 3-2. In Game 1 of the Stanley Cup Final, Leon Draisaitl scored 66 seconds into the game and hit the game winner in overtime as the Oilers came back to defeat the Panthers 4-3.
SRM Concrete. With every new day, every sunrise, we build structures that stand the test of time. And upon their foundations are our homes, where we work, where our kids go to school. And with that comes tremendous pride. We don't just make concrete. We build relationships, trust, confidence. We're SRM Concrete. Build with us.
I'm Betsy Maples with Maples Realty and Auction. Are you looking for the perfect blend of city conveniences and country charm? The Maples has it all and features homes from 5 quality local builders and has amenities including a pool, tennis and pickleball courts, basketball, and soccer areas. Schedule a tour with Maples Realty and Auction today. Call us at 615-896-4740 or visit the Maples of Murfreesboro.com.
Maples Realty and Auction.
Listen each weekday morning at 9 o'clock for the Roundtable here on News Radio WGNS. Interesting hosts and guests with the news, views, and people that are shaping Rutherford County. FM 1019, FM 100.5, WGNSradio.com. The Good Neighbor Network. This is News Radio WGNS, Prime Time Sports.
Sponsored by the law offices of John Day. Our expanded office location is on Medical Center Parkway, just across the street from the hospital. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation at 867-9900.
Well, we've got Braves baseball coming up for you here today on WGNS. That's right, today. It is the final game in this 3-game set with Arizona coming up right at the top of the hour for you. So let's catch you up on what's going on with the Atlanta Braves.
Now, it's time for your Atlanta Braves morning update.
The Braves load the bases with 2 down in the bottom of the 9th, but Michael Harris strikes out to end the game. The Braves fall 2-1, dropping the series to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Chris Sale was money yet again. 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 4 walks, and 10 strikeouts. It was his 3rd double-digit strikeout game of the season, 90th of his career. That is 8th all-time. Unfortunately, he got the loss. He is 3-4 on the season. Game 3 against the Diamondbacks coming up later on today. The Braves will send Grant Holmes to the mound. He's 3-4, has a 3.78 ERA, 64 strikeouts, 27 walks, and a 1.17 whip. Brandon Pfaadt will go for the Diamondbacks. He's 7-4, has a 5.05 ERA, 49 strikeouts, 15 walks, and a 1.22 whip. Ford leadoff show coming your way at 11 a.m. First pitch against the Diamondbacks with Ben Ingram and Darren O'Day at 12:15 Eastern, 11:15 a.m. Central Time, right here on the Braves Radio Network.
Access Tennessee Sports. I'm Josh Copley. The Nashville Predators are looking to make improvements to their facilities during the offseason. Per the Nashville Post, the Preds are investing $12 million in player-related upgrades. This focus is on enhancements to the lounge, training room, and recovery room. Nashville is set on making Bridgestone Arena one of the best in the NHL. Oliver McCall, a former professional heavyweight boxing champion, made his return to the ring on Tuesday night at the age of 60 per the Tennessean. This country box event took place at the Texas Troubadour Theater in Nashville, where McCall faced off against Carlos Reyes. The two battled it out until the end result was a draw. With Game 1 of the NBA Finals set to begin this evening between the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder, it's a good time to recognize Ben Shepherd, a former Belmont Bruins player who has seen more playing time into his second season with the Indiana Pacers. He's a reliable first-off-the-bench option in pursuit of helping his team secure a ring. I'm Josh Copley with Access Tennessee Sports.
Friends? Yes. The financial partners whom you've built a relationship with at Old National Bank are still at the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard location, right here in the borough. And so are the warm, homemade cookies.
Cookies are ready, dear.
Like Grandma used to make. If you need online and mobile banking, Murfreesboro's Old National Bank does that too. You and Old National Bank, better together.
Old National Bank at 2230 Dr. MLK Jr. Boulevard. Old National Bank, member FDIC.
Dan, hurry up. Everyone's getting hungry. You got everything on the list, right?
Oh, yeah. Got the burgers, buns, chips, pretzels, ketchup, mustard, pickles, and oh, yeah, instant games from the Tennessee Lottery.
But did you get the hot dogs like I asked?
Even better. I got us the chance to win millions. I mean, what could be hotter than that?
Wow. You're doing all the grocery shopping from now on.
Oh. Kick off your summer fun with instant games and a chance at millions of dollars. The Tennessee Lottery. Game-changing fun. Please play responsibly.
Good Neighbor Talk covers issues you won't hear anywhere else. They're local issues. WGNS, AM, FM, online.
Access Tennessee News, I'm Will Dunlade. It's here, the 52nd annual CMA Fest, expected to bring close to 1 million people to the Music City. As a result, officers say safety remains a top priority. Metro Police say hundreds of officers and other first responders will work this weekend. Local authorities are also working with federal law enforcement partners to maintain a safe environment. Officers say it's important for people to protect their cell phones, wallets, and purses. Visitors also need to secure their valuables in cars and leave any guns at home or in their hotel rooms safe. Increased police presence and road closures have begun. The weather also top of mind as this big event begins, with the next 3 days bringing a risk of severe thunderstorms to parts of Middle Tennessee. There is a plan in place, officials say, to help people find shelter at CMA Fest if there is any severe weather. If you're heading downtown, make sure you enable those mobile alerts on your phone and keep in mind that stage events may be postponed if lightning is detected in the area. More news in 30 seconds.
Ascension St. Thomas Heart is the leader in Middle Tennessee for heart care, providing the most advanced options, including heart surgery and transplants. Our nationally recognized cardiac team cares for more adult hearts than anyone in the state, from AFib to heart failure, using minimally invasive options when possible to help shorten recovery, making Ascension St. Thomas Heart your first choice for routine heart care and cardiac emergencies. Schedule a heart screening or find a cardiologist at ascension.org/St. Thomas Heart.
CMA Fest isn't the only event closing roads this weekend. Smyrna is making plans for the Great Tennessee Air Show, and multiple road closures begin there today as well. Travelers can expect road closures from 2:30 p.m. until 5 p.m. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Among those closures, Sam Ridley Parkway from Lowry Street to G Street, Lee Victory Park, and the Smyrna Golf Course will also be closed. Will Dudley, Access Tennessee News.
This is a paid legal ad.
You've probably heard it a million times. If you're injured, call a lawyer. And you probably haven't because you don't know how much it will cost, how long it will take, or even if you have a case. At the law offices of John Day, we provide a free initial consultation because we understand that folks don't want to pay a lawyer only to find out they don't have a case. If you think we can help, we do so on a contingency basis, which means we only get paid if you do. Seriously injured? Call me, John Day.
Good Neighbor Events is brought to you by Old National Bank, the law offices of John Day, and AmeriCare Pest Control.
I've got pets
Here's Tom Sweat with AmeriCare Services Incorporated.
AmeriCare's moisture control services include mold testing, mold remediation, crawl space repair, vapor barrier, sump pump installation, radon testing, radon mitigation, and basement waterproofing. If there's something wrong in your crawl space or basement, we can probably help. Just ask for a free inspection.
893-7111. AmeriCare Services Incorporated.
June is busting out all over with WGNS Good Neighbor events. This is the Discovery Center at Murphy Springs' 33rd Annual Secret Garden Weekend. Friday night brings the Secret Garden Party at the home of Amanda and Senator Shane Reeves. It also brings the Secret Garden Tours Saturday and Sunday to explore gardens throughout the community. For information, get with the Discovery Center at Murphy Spring. Don't forget, that's this weekend. Also this weekend brings the opening of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory to the Center for the Arts in Uptown Murfreesboro. And the Red Cross is still critically low on blood. Phone the Red Cross at 800-RED-CROSS and make an appointment to give blood at a time that fits your schedule. Oh yes, the Ride and Slide over at Adams Place brings fun for its residents. Sliding along on an inner tube across a water-based pad. That's this Friday, 11 until 2 at Adams Place. Adams Place is on Memorial, right across from Walmart. Those are WGNS Good Neighbor events.
CBS News special report. In a unanimous decision, the U.S. Supreme Court's made it easier to bring lawsuits over reverse discrimination, siding with Marlene Ames, an Ohio woman who claimed she didn't get a job and then was demoted because she's straight.
They put a 25-year-old man with less than 3 years of service in to do my job that I had successfully done for over 5 years.
Legal analyst Jessica Levinson.
This is a unanimous Supreme Court saying that when you're a plaintiff and you walk into court and you want to allege employment discrimination, that you're not going to have a different standard depending on who you are.
And CBS's Jan Crawford says the court tossed out a $10 billion lawsuit Mexico filed against gun makers, alleging they fueled cartel gun violence.
They said that the gun maker, Smith & Wesson, is not liable, that Mexico has no case.
And the court said a Catholic charity in Wisconsin does not have to pay unemployment taxes. CBS News special report. I'm Steve Kathan.
Rutherford Issues with Brian Barrett on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna. Listen and watch at wgnsradio.com.
Rutherford Issues, powered by Middle Tennessee Electric. United Communications, that's MTE's internet company, delivers fast, 99.99% reliable fiber internet to homes and businesses. Find out more at mte.com/internet. So, this morning, we're going to be talking with our friends from the United Way of South Central Tennessee. Haley Adams is here, the Vice President of Marketing and Major Events, and Ella Weaver, the Vice President of Collective Impact, both joining us today. And this is the real Haley, not like last month when I renamed some staff members. Good morning. How are you both?
Good morning.
Good to have you here with us today. So what is our big topic here? Something really big is going on in the now 7-county service area, right?
Absolutely. I'll let Ella tell you a little bit more, but we have some community conversations coming up, and we're out here just trying to share the news, get the community involved.
Community conversations. We're having a conversation here. Is this something similar?
Just pretty much what it is.
You know, let people come out and talk and tell you some of the things going on there. Huh?
Yeah, we're kind of just having a kitchen table conversation. We are launching a needs assessment across our entire 7-county region. Really just making sure that we're meeting the needs that are present in the community. So we're trying to identify collective priorities, highlight community strengths, and then develop effective approaches to the challenges that we're all facing together in those communities. So it's a long process, and community conversations are a piece of that.
Okay, so I would imagine that going into this is a new service area. So is that part of the reason for that? You know, just to figure out, hey, what do we need here?
Yeah, that's definitely a big piece of it. So going into these new 5 counties, and learning about those counties and the resources and the strengths that they have and what their needs are. But then also knowing that I know you're familiar with the bold goals, and we established those back in 2019, 2020. And so we've been working on those for the past 5 years. They were the bold goals for 2030. And a lot has happened in those 5 years. We've had a pandemic, we've had economic challenges, we've had massive population growth in our area. So we know that some things may have changed from that assessment too. So we're to the halfway point now, to that 2030 benchmark.
Oh, wow. That's crazy
I know,
to think.
Right? And so just kind of a great time since we've expanded and we've got this halfway point to just reassess and see if we are still focusing in the right areas and what may have changed for our neighbors.
Yeah. You know, when people mention the year 2020, I always just kind of, my mind always goes to COVID and the pandemic and what I mean, it doesn't, I mean, that was 5 years ago, but you say the year 2020, I think we all have a little bit of PTSD from that.
A little bit, yes.
It was the perfect time to launch these really big ideas, really big goals.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. And in the middle of all the craziness that has gone on and since, I mean, let's face it, our communities, our society, our people, that was a life-altering time that we're still trying to figure out right now.
Absolutely. And the resources in communities have changed a lot in response to that. They've gone up and down with different levels of funding and just resources provided to people in need. So there's just been a lot of changes across the board.
And even how those resources are obtained.
Yes.
How you meet with people. I mean, we discovered, hey, we can meet and cut out a commute.
Absolutely,
and those are huge things.
Well, we're much more virtual, digital based, and that provides challenges for some people. So that's one of the things that we're looking at is, do people have access to the resources that they need?
To even have those meetings to get resources, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that's all kind of part of the challenge. And, you know, I think about MTE and their fiber internet service that they're working to push out. I mean, anymore, internet is as important as lights and water in a home, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's a major impact on financial stability overall. Like you mentioned, utilities, also job applications, doing your job, accessing healthcare and mental health services, especially in the more rural counties. There are portions of our counties that don't have access to broadband internet. And I know MTE and United Communications are doing a lot to address that. So we'll hopefully improve that over the next few years too.
Several of your counties in the 7-county service area are serviced by MTE, and I'm sure in other areas, I think Bedford County also has an initiative, things like that. So those are all kinds of things that you're looking at. So this needs assessment, is there a time frame? I mean, I know that we're kind of middle of the road here. So what is kind of the time frame for this? Do you want to tackle that one or?
Yeah, I mean, we were just discussing it. Of course, it's happening in several phases. We've done some data collection, some research, and then this is kind of phase 3, we call it. This is when we're having these conversations and really wanting to hear from the community. One thing that I think is really important about this piece of the phase is that oftentimes people feel like they're not heard, or they're not in the rooms where they get to share their concerns or their visions for the future of the community. And so it's really important that we want to make sure that everyone in the community knows that their voice matters, and we want to come to them. We want to make these conversations accessible to every single person, so that they can share their vision for the future and what they think is important for their community. But beyond that, once we get all of these conversations and the data collected, we're hoping to maybe by the end of fall, beginning of next year, we'll be able to roll out some initiatives and strategies on how we're going to take all this information and move forward with some strategic plans that we can share with our community members, other business leaders, and really make a big plan moving forward next year in 2026 of what our next goals will be.
Yeah, it's kind of Bold Goals 2.0.
Yeah, maybe we'll figure out a name for it. But
Bolder goals. How about that?
What's that?
Bolder goals.
Bolder goals. I like that. And then you can have the boldest goals.
Right.
And
we're testing it.
Or, more bolder. We could use incorrect English if we wanted. So Haley Adams is joining us, the Vice President of Marketing and Major Events, and Ella Weaver, the VP of Collective Impact. I was just... this has popped into my mind, Haley, but for you, being in marketing and major events, you have to know what every body is up to, from VITA to community collective impact, and that you have to be able to have a conversation about all of that, right?
It's a unique part of my job. I'm pretty nosy. I like to know what's going on, but it really helps my job to just be able to share information. I say I know a little bit about a lot.
There you go.
So I know that I'm not the expert. That's why I often send several of our staff members to come share more about their programs or their events. But yeah, a little bit. Majority of my job is knowing a little bit about everything so that I can get you connected to the right person. To really help you in the area that you need. But it's a unique task in the marketing world of just knowing enough to make sure that you can educate the community and help them get connected.
Yeah, I would think you and Kristen both have to just keep your hands in everything, right?
We do. We ask a lot of questions, and people know that I would always rather just know too much and see how I can help.
Well, it's good to have a nosy marketing person.
We don't call her nosy. We call her engaged.
Engaged and curious.
There you go. Yeah, that's where we're. Maybe you need to be the wordsmith. That may be part of your title. So, community conversations. Are there certain dates? Or are you having these in communities on different days? Is that how that works?
Yeah. So we are doing an in-person conversation in all 7 of our counties, at least one in-person conversation, and then we're also doing virtual conversations via Zoom. And those virtual ones are really targeted to different populations. For example, we've got educators, healthcare providers, business leaders, first responders and law enforcement, and faith communities. Those are the ones we've got scheduled right now. And so those are for anyone throughout the region. And anyone can really come to any of the sessions. You don't have to live in Rutherford County to come to a Rutherford County session. But like Haley said, we do want lots of different voices represented at the table. And so we've tried to spread those out throughout the summer. So right now, our next one coming up is in Cannon County next week. And then our last one scheduled is on August 5th. And so between now and then, we're holding a lot of those. We have a website, yourlocaluw.org/needs assessment, and that's got all of those scheduled sessions, and you can register online for those, whether it's in person or virtual.
Okay.
Yeah.
We have another one coming up in Rutherford County on the 17th.
Yes, June 17th. It's at the Smyrna Public Library. It's from 3 to 4:30 p.m. In one of their conference rooms. They've been a great partner to us and allow us to have that in a space that's fairly accessible to most of our community. So we'll be there on June 17th at the Smyrna Public Library, and you again just go to that website. You can go to yourlocaluw.org. It's on our homepage, and just register to attend so that we know how many to expect. But we really encourage anyone to come. We were kind of I was joking in the car. I was like, from 9 to 99. We've even discussed we would love some students or youth that would love to come and just engage with their parents or anyone in the community. We want to know what they want to see, what their a thriving community looks like for their future.
Well, be sure to take part in community conversations, and I'll put a link on the podcast as well to the needs assessment special page there so folks can get to it easily. And yourlocaluw.org is a great place to go and find the additional information about the upcoming meetings, and I'm sure you sign up for the virtual meetings and then you get the link and all that kind of thing, right?
And we are also, I want to mention, doing a survey. So if you can't come in person to a conversation or join one of the virtual sessions, you can complete a survey that just asks some similar questions. So we're able, again, to make that accessible to everyone who may not be able to be live and present at those.
Very good. And the next Rutherford County in-person meeting, June 17th at the Smyrna Public Library. So be sure to stop in for that, register for that, and then stop by so everybody knows what's going on. So Haley, school kids and parents, they're just not going to like it when we start talking about stuff the bus. But, I mean, school's just been out. I mean, it's not even been a full week, and we're talking about it. So,
well, yeah, just really quickly, I do want to promote. We will have Stuff the Bus going on all summer long in addition to these community conversations. We're going to kick that off on June 25th. So Stuff the Bus, this is our 14th year. Collect school supplies for the students in our community. Oftentimes, that is a real strain financially on getting those school supplies for students, and so we're able to provide a backpack full of supplies to our school systems. We work directly with the school systems to get them to the students in need, and that's able to keep food on people's table that doesn't take money from their grocery bill to get school supplies. We just want everyone to start the school year off with the best start possible. So we'll be launching that initiative on June 25th with another virtual meeting, a virtual kickoff, and we'll be collecting supplies all summer long, and then having a big Stuff the Bus collection day and volunteer opportunities. So I just wanted to go ahead and highlight that before we leave today. Again, just visit our website, but we would love to have the community's help and support in collecting those school supplies before school will be back before we know it. I want to enjoy the summer while it's here, but you've got to collect those supplies while we can, and then we'll have them in students' hand before they start in August.
There will only be a few weeks, and then after the 4th of July, it's school supplies in stores. So
exactly. So we want everybody to be collecting them. We've done several thousand supplies. We average about 25 to 30,000 supplies collected each year, because you think about how many students we have in Rutherford County and in our full 7-county service area as well now. So we are just hoping, like we said, to get everybody started off right at the school year after we enjoy a really good summer.
Yes.
Great summer, yes.
And
a great summer of conversations.
That's exactly right. So don't forget community conversations, and I'll put a link to Stuff the Bus on there as well for those reluctant parents who will click on it to get school supply stuff, because they're on vacation right now, but they'll be back and they'll watch the podcast and we'll get them all situated there. So, well, it was very fun catching up with the two of you, and we'll see how these Boulder goals go here. So,
thank you so much.
Haley Adams joining us, and Ella Weaver from the United Way of South Central Tennessee. Almost said Rutherford County counties. I did it almost again, but you never do that though, right?
Not anymore. Not anymore.
Yeah, it's ingrained.
Yeah.
So our friends from the United Way joining. Don't forget the podcast will be up shortly, wgnsradio.com. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home has served Murfreesboro families with compassion and care since 1880. As a family-owned funeral home, we're committed to honoring every life with dignity through traditional services, cremation options, and pre-planning that gives you peace of mind. For over 140 years, we've been here when it matters most. Visit JenningsandAyers.com. Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home, honoring life and comforting families since 1880.
It's now time to take a look at today's death notices. With the latest updates, here is WGNS's Steve Thornton.
David Wayne Collette of Murfreesboro passed away on May the 27th. Born in Knoxville, Tennessee, he was the son of the late Wayne and Mary Lou Collette. David was an avid hunter and fisherman. He retired from AAA Industries after 45 years. He was a devoted husband, father, and grandfather, survived by his beloved wife, Jan Collette, daughter, Austin Fugate, grandchildren, and other family members. A private celebration of life was held on June the 2nd. Whitfin Funeral Home, handling arrangements for David Wayne Collette. Walter Lenny Farmer passed away on June the 1st at the age of 73. He pastored Southern Baptist churches in Texas, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Tennessee. Preceded in death by his parents, Floyd and Classy Farmer, 2 sisters and a brother. He is survived by his wife, Elaine, 4 children, Jill, Joy, Joshua, and Jordan, and 5 grandchildren whom he adored. Walter was a much beloved husband, father, grandfather, pastor, and a friend who will be greatly missed by his family and all who knew him. Of all his accomplishments, Lenny's greatest joy were his relationship with Jesus Christ and his queen, as he called Elaine, his children and grandchildren, and the churches he pastored. Services will take place at Life Point Church, Legacy Drive in Smyrna at 2 p.m. on Thursday. That'll be today, June the 5th. Jennings & Ayers Funeral Home, handling arrangements for Walter Lenny Farmer. I'm Steve Thornton.
Murfreesboro Funeral Home and Cremation Services.
People that come in to pre-plan their funerals and put it down in writing